Cut it up.
How are you doing, sir?
Oh my goodness, nothing gets me more fired up than hearing that song. Nothing.
Oh my goodness gracious, man. Uh that was something, dude. That was something. We are live. We are how many days are we to the kickoff?
Oh my god, what is it like
It's like 33
34
or something, 31.
34 because the game's going to be on a Thursday night, so it would have been from yesterday. So yeah, today's 34.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it, dude. I can't believe it. So like every year I always say, you know what I'm going to do? This is the summer. I'm going to walk like I figure out like how far I park from my seats.
Right.
And so it's like say 2 miles or 3 miles. I think it's like 2.5 maybe. So yeah, we'll do like 3 miles. I'm going to walk every day 3 miles. So when football season comes, I am going to be tip top shape, ready to go. And
no, you're not.
I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm not at all. I am so far behind on Dragon Man. How you doing?
What's up, brother?
I am so far behind on all that stuff, and I'm like, I'm killing myself because the first couple games, I get depressed as we get to kickoff because it means summer's over. But
really?
Then yeah.
See, I get excited, man. I prefer fall. I hate all this hot weather we're having up here.
Oh, I love
all the dadgum rain. It's so annoying. I'm like, I just want to get to cooler temperatures where I don't have to worry about all this, that, and the other. It's just, I love fall. I love it.
Yeah, except you know what? Air conditioning feels so much better than heat does.
Yeah, but you know what's even better than that? Not having to turn it on.
Not having to turn on the heat?
Not having to turn on anything. You just open the windows and let the breeze blow.
That lasts for like one day.
It doesn't cost you a cent.
It lasts one day. It lasts one day for me like that. And then it's right back to it. So anyway, yes, we're live. We're something. We're from an undisclosed location deep underneath Rocky Top.
It's a bunker.
It is. It's it's of a Black Ops site. It's an Orange Ops site.
That's right.
So I guess the big thing is got to be, let's get it over with. Let's bite the bullet. Let's talk about NCAA. They came down on Tennessee.
Well, this is something that everybody's been waiting for probably ever since that investigation started. You know, Tennessee decided to look into their own program long before the NCAA got involved. They found all kinds of improprieties, fired the staff, fired the head coach, and you could say what you want to, but I feel like they fired Fulmer even though he quote-unquote retired. They basically just came in there and had to clean house because they found so much stuff that this Bammer was purporting onto the damn program.
Now, you say Bammer. He didn't really, to me at least, he never felt like he was Tennessee.
No.
You know?
Well, I mean, for crying out loud, the closest he ever come to Tennessee was he started out playing at Middle Tennessee State. Then he transferred to Alabama, played at Alabama. He's a former Alabama coach. He was an Alabama high school football coach. If you ever watched the MTV show Two-A-Days with Rush Probst down in Hoover, Alabama, he was one of the assistant coaches there.
Is that where he made the famous remark about what's asparagus?
Yeah, he goes, when they gave him a plate of asparagus, and he goes, "What is that?"
He did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The most cringeworthy one of the most cringeworthy redneck things I've ever seen.
Yeah, he absolutely did. We see. I see Sully over here, and
At least she's not flying the crimson colors today.
she's not wearing her avatar. You know, she should. That'd be a hoot to have that in the background.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's all fun. It's all great games. Hey, Parallax,
yeah.
how are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Or Shaney, how are you? Jules, you guys are Nicholas Taylor. What's up, man? This is a cool name, man. Nicholas by itself is a cool name because I think it's Santa Claus.
Oh,
geez. You know, it's like Santa Claus. He's bringing the gifts, man. He's got the bag. Anyway, so yeah, back onto this whole breakdown here. So what did you think? Do you remember back? Well, hold on. First of all, how can we, in a nutshell, describe the violations? Tennessee came in and they self-regulated.
Yeah.
So they were aware that there were violations looming.
Oh, yeah. Tennessee came in and basically cleaned house on their own. They found all sorts of things. They brought in attorneys. They did all the legwork for the NCAA. So the fact that this letter even came out was kind of like, okay, finally this is going to be over. Because,
yeah.
I mean, everybody, especially behind the scenes on Sports Talk Radio here, everything, everybody knew what was going on. And some of just the dumbest stuff by a coach who had trained under Saban.
If there's a dumb way to violate the rules, Jeremy Pruitt excelled at finding it.
Oh, he found it. He found it, man.
You know, if the rules said you can't spit on the sidewalk on Sundays, he would be live streaming himself spitting on the sidewalk on Sundays.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's bizarre. So that's just to bring everybody up. People that are new and stuff. We are both Tennessee alumni. Tennessee football is blood. We're very excited about the upcoming season. The biggest news, though, of course, is NCAA thing. And we also want to do, we've been talking about this for a long time. This will be a Friday, what do you call it? I mean, I don't want to call it a sports cast, but it'll be a Friday roundup, pre-show.
Yeah. It's like a
tailgate.
Tailgate.
Tailgate. I almost called it the tailgate. I almost called it, I was working real fast, and I was like, that Tennessee thing works. So, yeah, we may be Friday's tailgate.
Yeah.
A Tennessee tailgate. But anyway, so this is what we're trying to do. Bring you guys up real quick. Let me ask you, Storm. When the violations happened.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were or what you were doing?
Oh, I know exactly what I was doing. I was on my way. This was during the COVID year. It's the last game of the season, and I was traveling to watch the Tennessee play Texas A&M with you in the White Rabbit.
Did it break that game?
Yes, it broke right before the game.
Holy cow, man. What a depressing time in life.
Well, I mean, it was a depressing year. I mean, because of COVID and everything, every stadium around the country had restrictions. So when we went in, it was maybe a quarter full, if that, for for an end of the year game.
For Texas, that's the thing, is because Texas was a big draw.
Right.
So I remember now. I'm so glad you said that. Gosh, I forgot it was that day.
Yeah.
I remember the press release, the press report they did. That day, I remember now. It's like all those different thoughts and emotions go through your mind, right? And it was so weird. It was just so. I mean, really, you just deflate. It's like someone came. It's like you're a child and you got your first big red balloon, and you're so excited. And then here comes a clown with a needle and, slowly deflates it. It was just like, oh, God.
See, I look at it kind of differently because the whole year, that was the only game I got to go to that year, was that one.
Oh, jeez.
And the Pruitt had done such a poor job of managing the program. You know, granted,
He was
was
going
good.
downhill.
He was good to his players, but he was a horrible coach. He was horrible to his staff. So it was, in a way, I kind of got giddy about it because I'm like, oh, thank goodness they're going to get rid of this guy and not have to pay him a damn cent.
I'm sorry, but when the chat takes
Oh
over,
yeah,
that's just hilarious. It's true. Yeah, I mean that's because a little background on that with Tennessee is that what was it? It was they had to buy out Dooley,
yep,
and then they had to buy out Jones.
yep.
And Jones, I mean, talk about the biggest cuck move in the world. He went to Alabama to be a intern and make no money, so that way Tennessee was forced to pay his full contract.
Yeah, he got paid $30,000 a year at Alabama
Yeah.
for him to be an intern under Saban while he was getting paid by the University of Tennessee.
Dude, you know what? I'd take a $30,000 internship. To be around football. I mean, you work like 7 days a week, or I mean 7 days a week, 7 days a year. I mean,
Well, I guess it depends on what they have you doing because, hell, some of those coaches are working 24/7 all year long because of recruiting and, you know, during the season. Hell, the season's when they get a break.
I think he had to work the glory hole.
He probably had to wash Saban's car and get his little Debbie oatmeal cream pies.
Yes, yes. Was he a fan of those?
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
He's known to have those in his office.
Tennessee fans, y'all, we're the most weirdos, biggest group of weirdos in the world. You can find out stuff like this, like what's his name? Jones had an addiction to like $100,000 watches. It was just, I mean, people knew like where he was buying his stuff from, you know, what kind of watches he liked. I can't believe all the stuff. Hey, Cake or Death, how are you doing? So that was fun. Got the violations. They did the big hammer deal, self-imposed hammer.
Well, see, here's the thing. Tennessee had already made the move last year to reduce scholarships, okay, which would be a penalty under the NCAA. They had already instituted, I think in Pruitt's last year, a bowl ban because they were supposed to go to the Liberty Bowl, and then they were like, no, we're not going. So you've already got those things out of the way. And they did it in an effort so the NCAA wouldn't come down on them so hard because Tennessee was charged with, I believe, 18 major violations, which is huge.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and even the NCAA and a lot of the sports media has come out and said it. Tennessee had done such a good job of instituting their investigation because the NCAA doesn't have enough people to go around and do this stuff now. Tennessee had done such a good job that they expect the violations from the NCAA to be minor.
Well, okay, so here's what's funny is I found this, and this is 4 hours ago.
Right.
It's a let's see here. There's this from the Indy Star. Why Tennessee football could avoid NCAA hammer in Jeremy Pruitt recruiting scandal. Let's see how long this is. How Vols could avoid bowl ban. It's the next penalty phase for UT. I thought if this was short enough, I'd read it.
Right.
Let's see. Is that... No, golly, they did that whole thing. All right, now the... they did all the intro that we just did.
Right. Right.
By the way, Donde Plowman, she's the president of the University of Tennessee.
Right.
Right?
Chancellor.
Yeah, so she's actually over all the academics.
Yeah.
Hot or not?
Meh.
I don't know, man. I think that there's something about her.
She has moments. So, you know, you get the right Instagram angle on her. I'm sure it's fine.
She dresses well.
Yeah, she does.
That's always worth like about 2 points of hotness in Tennessee. Right?
Wearing the right clothes does affect. Yeah.
Yeah, you know the way the pants fit on the hips,
She
you know,
wears
stuff
pants?
like that. Well, you know, you gotta go look at a lot of Instagram things.
That's true. That's true.
I like Parallax, abolish the NCAA.
Absolutely.
Now that's something that I have a thought about for a while, is that the SEC should leave the NCAA.
Well, here's the thing that's going to work in Tennessee's favor. Right now, the NCAA is overhauling their rule book and how they dish out punishments. And that's going to end up working with Tennessee's favor, and especially with all the stuff that's going on with the NIL, which, for those that don't know, basically means a player can now get paid outside the university for any type of commercials they do, any type of sponsorships. You know, the players can now get paid, whereas before you couldn't even sell a jersey that had your name on
An
it
autograph,
that you autographed.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you couldn't sell autographs at all as a student.
Is there any type of limit on how much they can make?
There is not now.
Yeah, there
Now,
should. I don't think there is.
That doesn't mean that they're not going to institute something, because they've talked about, scaling it back. But right now, there is no limit.
Well, that's the result of a Supreme Court case, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Where the NCAA lost their ass. It was a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court. Yeah, it was a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court where the NCAA was basically getting sued over, hey, I can't go out here and make money off of my name, and the Supreme Court just slammed them.
I'm sorry, I got lost in the chat real quick. Where Squall says, "I'll have cake, please." It's because cake or death. And then Shane says it's a Southern Belle thing. I think she was talking about, like,
Absolutely.
Hot or not.
Yes.
So the NIL, all that stuff happened. I need to read that case, and that's one. It's another one that got lost into my I need to file.
Your to-do list.
Dude, man, I've got a case, a banker's box is full of I need to,
right?
To-do list, understand things. I mean, I got some case from like 1840 something I was gonna read. This is what I do for fun.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
This is my relaxation. And so when people are like, "Oh, it's a great book," I'm like, I don't read for pleasure.
I read for information. That's it.
Yeah, pleasure reading. I don't know what that's about. So, and actually, Squall Bob, that's a topic for later on. Actually, we got to remember that. I thought they got rid of football because of head injuries.
No.
No, but they do always. It's always the Karens that are so upset about that.
Yeah.
Not saying that it doesn't happen, not belittling it at all, but it's. I don't know. I think it's a culture on the field thing. Everybody wants harder hits. So one of the let's see here. Should we talk about how dumb it is to how dumb some of these infractions are?
Oh yeah, go right.
Can we talk about McDonald's? Can we talk about McDonald's?
Just dig into that.
So evidently, this is what our coach thought. A head coach. How much did he make a year? What was his contract? Do you know?
Oh gosh, it was
millions.
Around 3, maybe 4 million, somewhere in there.
Now think about that, folks. You make $3 to $4 million, and all you have to do is not screw up the rules. All right?
Yeah.
You don't sit there and I don't know many people that are successful that say, "Oh, well, the rules suck, and I'm not going to do them." Like. I mean, yeah, they might suck, but they're not your rules, man.
Right.
They're the rules that you agreed to.
Well, here's the problem. Especially when you get into SEC football, you've got to be able to get players. How do you get players? Well, if you don't think that players were getting paid long before NIL, then, there's a spot in Disney World for you.
Yeah, there's always been violations reported. All that's always happened. But our guy, this actually leads to something else, is a lot of people say Well, with NIL, should this even be considered an infraction? And it's like, yeah, unfortunately, because you broke the rules when it happened,
Right.
you have to abide by those rules. There are people in prison that, it was no longer against the law, but then when they went to prison, it was against the law.
Right. It's not retroactive.
Yeah, yeah, it's not retroactive. You don't. Oh, it's no longer a good law. It's no longer a law. Does that count? Um, but I mean, I can see some other arguments, but I'm not going to get into that. That's just for
No.
sake of arguing. But our coach, this guy, he graduated from the University of Alabama. He has a college degree.
I still can't believe he has a degree by the way he talks.
He thought it was a good idea to give his players Happy Meals, but instead of a burger and fries, did he eat the burger and fries? Did we ever find that one out?
I wonder if they ever accidentally gave a recruit the wrong bag.
He put cash in these bags.
Yeah, I wonder if he accidentally gave him the quarter pounder meal instead of giving him the bag of cash.
It's like, oh wait, you didn't get lettuce on that? Yeah, he put cash in, and I like to say Happy Meals, but it was like whatever McDonald's bags, whatever. But Happy Meals sometimes come in bags, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's just so insulting. It's insulting. Why not Taco Bell?
Why not Chick-fil-A?
Right? If it were Chick-fil-A, he never would have gotten caught. I mean, let's just be honest here. If he had put the money in those little aluminum bags that the chicken sandwich comes in, nobody would have ever said a word.
Oh, yeah.
Now, my coonhound, if she'd have ever had a player ever walked by her with cash on him that had Chick-fil-A smell on it, then the player would have been caught. It'd been like, whoa, man, like you've been Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so now think about this: $3 to $4 million a year, and you're putting cash in a Happy Meal and handing it out to players. And it wasn't that much cash, was it? When you're talking about millions of dollars.
Well, with everything the NCAA cited, and I have a feeling that wasn't everything, but that's what the NCAA cited. The total that was handed out between cash and prizes was around $60,000.
Cash and prizes.
Yeah, because not only was it cash, it was paying for hotel rooms. It was paying for like one of the recruits' mom's trip to a nail salon. Hell, his own wife was implicated in this.
That's the thing. So, do you think she was sleeping with a player? That was the very first thing.
Don't know.
That was the very first thing he that says don't get involved said when he heard about this. Yes. Now wait a second here. All right, Jules.
Yes.
We got to go. This is the classroom time, okay? At least it's college football. That's all I have to add. Except maybe that Volunteers is a weird name for a team. That's it. Enjoy. Jules, it's an Andrew Jackson thing. I'm going to leave it at that. So now you get to dive into Andrew Jackson
and why we're called the Volunteer State.
Look, I love this. Orange is the new black. I love that they're using that against us now.
That's all right. We have black uniforms too, so.
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, now you guys realize you're named after a woman's prison show. Because that got the black uniforms is another huge thing of controversy in Tennessee. It's so weird.
Well, he's from Georgia anyway, so.
Yeah. Oh, Squad Bob, yes. Jules, he's a Tennessee hero. Andrew Jackson is. Yeah, Squad Bob, Tennessee hero. Man, all these people are crashing down on Jackson. He was the original outsider. But anyway, we're not here to talk about politics. What we're here to talk about is look at this. Rally's even on this. You guys,
I know.
Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry. I thought public education was bad in America.
It's even worse in the
Oh wait, they
UK.
don't know who he is. Remember?
Oh, that's true. They
Yeah, Riley,
don't.
I take all that back, buddy. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we talked. So VolStorm and I ran into a guy from England, and he had no idea about any of this stuff, and it was
That's
like
right.
basic U.S. history, and yeah, it was so weird. But anyway, um, yeah, squad balls, football, absolutely. So okay, so what do you think is going to be the end of the violations?
I think just from the way it looks now, I think maybe there will be few scholarship reductions. They've talked about a bowl ban, but here's the thing with the bowl ban is that hurts the NCAA just as much as it does an individual institution
Yeah,
because money. You know, that how do you get more money? Well, you have better teams playing. So
exactly.
if you cut off a team on the rise, kind of like what Tennessee is, then that's going to draw less ad revenue.
The Indy Star says how the Vols could avoid a bowl ban. UT did not self-impose a bowl ban because it does not want to punish players for actions of coaches and staff no longer in the program.
Actually, that's not true, but okay.
Well, okay. Instead, wait, hold on. Are you saying no longer in the program isn't true, or
But no, they instituted a bowl ban the Pruitts last year.
the who Tennessee did?
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. So see, that's they have it wrong. They have their timeline wrong. Well,
Yep.
that's so. This is what's great. So here we get it. Here, this is what you're being told, and we're telling you the truth or the facts of it. Instead, UT leaders think penalties should focus on the area of the violations, in this case, recruiting. That's why the football program quietly self imposed recruiting restrictions and scholarship reductions during 2021 season. Sources close to the situation told Knox News. By the way, this same article, you have to be a subscriber to get on.
Yeah,
What
because
what is it?
they're all hooked up with USA Today now.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But in Indiana, it's free. In Nashville, it's a subscription.
in Knoxville, it's a subscription.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not
That's
kidding.
so funny. All right, that's consistent with the new NCAA Constitution. The new Constitution, though, doesn't apply,
Right.
which includes amended language to ensure to the greatest extent possible that penalties imposed for infractions do not punish programs or student athletes innocent of the infractions.
Right. See, one thing about the changes that the NCAA is making is they're focusing more on punishing the coaches that committed the violations as opposed to current and future players. Of course they're going to punish the players that were involved in it, but the other players and future players, they don't want to punish them. But they damn sure want to go after those coaches.
Um, do you who do you think the player was that was being kept in the given an apartment stuff? Has anybody said anything?
It's a lot of it was just recruits, and
Okay.
here's the kind of screwed up part. A lot of these violations occurred during what they call the dead period,
Hey, purple.
which means
Sorry.
a coach cannot contact a player, they cannot go recruit them, whatever. This all happened during the dead period during COVID when everything was locked down.
Hold on. What now? When you said everything was locked down, I don't know
Right.
why I just went to a brain fart.
All right.
So
2020 when everything was locked down because
yeah,
of COVID.
yeah.
The NCAA had instituted what they call the dead period, which is basically that you cannot contact a recruit. All right. Well, there's quite a few of these violations that occurred during that time period where the coaches were paying for stuff for these recruits.
Yeah.
So it's some of them was I saw some blurb that said they're paying rent, they were paying for a mom to go to a nail salon, they were paying for hotel rooms, they were paying for food and
Yeah.
all this other stuff, which are even not during a dead period they couldn't pay some of that stuff.
Yeah. That is so that's so weird. I never thought about that. So what happened to have you seen the list of coaches And do you know if any of those coaches have found other? Because I know Pruitt now is unemployed.
Yeah, Pruitt's unemployed. He'd gone up to the Giants for a
Uh huh.
stint and got let go. His number one recruiter ended up stepping down as a high school football coach down in Florida. And then
What?
there was another one. He just flat out disappeared off the face of the earth. So
Oh,
like all these guys just scattered to the wind.
what about the Vol girls, the recruiting girls?
I haven't heard anything about that. I know their recruiting coordinator, who is she. I haven't heard anything about her, about what happened to her.
Yeah,
I just know they came in and they basically told everybody to hit the bricks.
that's awesome. Tom, no, NIL was not in effect then.
No,
That's the whole thing with this. If the NIL had been in effect, would these have still been violations, or they still would have been violations, right? You can't pay for a player's
yeah,
living stuff.
the coach couldn't, but these outside interests like the company that helps out Tennessee,
Yeah.
not affiliated with the university, of course, is called Spire Sports,
Uh huh.
Spyre. They they've been able to institute NIL deals, but here's the thing: it has to be a deal that's in place with a player that's already on the team.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can't do it with a recruit.
Yeah. I think a lot of people confuse NIL with just being able to hand them cash.
Right. Right.
And they're also forgetting it's like not every player. There's how many players are on the team? 130 something,
Yeah.
right?
You're allowed 85 scholarship players and then however many walk-ons.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, not all those people are going to be selling their image. They're
Oh
not going to be
no.
that good.
No.
I mean, nobody's going to pay for Jeff Hall. Um,
I don't know. He was pretty instrumental.
yeah, I know. They may. But anyway, uh, dude, that's so crazy. So what do you think goes? What happens next?
Well, I think pretty much what's going to happen is, I mean, the NCAA, as far as coming down with the punishment, I mean, it could be a year from now, it could be 3 months from now. They take so they're not consistent with anything, and that's been part of the problem with them is they take forever to send out the notice of allegations, which Tennessee just received last week, and then they take an unspecified period of time to be able to lay down the punishment, and that's dependent upon whether the university fights it or not. And I have a feeling Tennessee's not going to fight it. So
You think it'll just be a penalty phase, like
yeah,
a small
I
penalty?
yeah, I think the way it looks right now, maybe some reductions in scholarships. There might be a bowl ban, but at really that's hard for me to be able to tell, especially if they do good this season.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be hard for me to see the NCAA coming down on them with that.
Okay, so I mean that's just crazy. I mean it's I don't feel like I have any answers after like getting the report and stuff from NCAA. I don't know. I think all I really care about is I want the juice. I want to know I want to know about the Happy Meals. I want to know about who is taking money, and they listed in the thing that it was one booster in particular supposedly had violated something,
Oh, I'm sure.
and
And it,
I would like to
and,
know names for all that.
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is just the NCAA also has no subpoena power. All they can do is go in and investigate, and they can try to ask questions, but people don't have to cooperate with them,
Yeah,
especially individuals, and boosters are not going to cooperate with them. Their livelihoods are on the line too.
yeah.
They don't want to get caught up in some stupid scandal with a football team.
Maggie, a booster is someone who donates money to the program, right?
Yeah, it's an alumni, or it could be a
Just a
local
fan.
businessman or something, or just a fan who who donates money to the university or even to the athletics department in particular.
Yeah. Squad Bob. He's going back to Andrew Jackson. I'm like, sorry, man. He was president of the United States.
Deuces.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a. I mean, Jacksonville, Florida is named after him. New Orleans exists because of him. He's actually an incredibly military tactician. The War of 1812. But anyway, so let's see here. What else is? Oh, okay. So all right. So that's done. Like I said, I want the juicy stuff. I would like to know like, the details, the shower room talk.
I will add something else.
Yeah.
Pruitt has made statements before that he was going to, because here, when Tennessee let him go, they let him go for cause, which means they didn't have to pay his buyout, which was about $12 million.
Yeah.
Well, Pruitt has made several statements saying that he's going to sue the university to try to get the money back. Well,
he even retained a lawyer to send a letter.
Right. He retained a lawyer to send a letter. Here's the problem with that, and you know this, expert.
Yep.
You get involved in a lawsuit, you start doing depositions, you start getting people under oath.
You gotta show your hand.
Coaches don't want to talk.
Yep.
They don't want to talk about what's going on.
I mean, all of a sudden, it's going to be like, I mean, you get discovery. And so and here's the thing. His wife is the one that's implementing a lot of this stuff. So, like, maybe these aren't my ideas, but it is. I started talking about this yesterday, not with VolStorm. I just wanted to see, like, what other people, you just bring up casual conversation, where they go with it. And it's like, if you think, well, his wife was involved, it's like, there's two things. Either he can do plausible deniability. Hey, it's her money. I didn't know what she was doing. She was, she supported me. Great.
Right. Or
you're going to go like, he knew what she was doing. He told her to do it, and she did it.
Right.
But that will come out in discovery. So now you're putting his wife in front of all this stuff. Man, that's not smart. You don't want to drag your wife into this stuff.
No.
The thing is just look. I mean, if you're just a bad coach, you should have just fessed up one and be like, you know what? I bit off more than I can chew.
Well, and here's the other thing too. When you get a coach in a deposition or a coach up on the stand, you can ask him anything you want to.
Yeah.
And you really think that that opposing counsel doesn't want to get into his time at Alabama?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so many things there. You're gonna be like, is this a culture of corruption? And that's something his team would even bring that up. His team would be, if they want to say, this is just the way things are done. This is the way it was done at Georgia. He was at Georgia, right?
Yeah. See, here's something funny. His first year here, one of the players got arrested.
Yeah.
And you could hear the recording of it. He's talking to the cop and he says, "Why are you doing this?" No, Pruitt is talking to the
Pruitt
cop.
is.
And he's saying, "Why are you doing this? This is not the way we do things in Alabama."
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's caught on recording saying that. Yes.
I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. That's a new one. I did not know that. Jeez, what a dummy.
Yeah.
Is it okay just to say some people are just slack-jawed dumb?
Yeah. Oh, and to take a look at him, yeah, you could tell he is.
Let me tell you what. So, like, I had a theory when Jones got kicked that instead of getting a new coach, that we should just get some computer nerds or some gamers, and they could play Madden and tell you how to run plays better than Jones did.
Or do it off of analytics, just straight analytics like Moneyball.
That's exactly what I was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, hey, we ought to just get an AI in here. I know somebody can figure this out. And then you have coaches to overrule whether or not, because you can't, deny the human factor. And I'm like, we just might as well do that. Just bring them in. That way we don't have to be heartbroken over a coach. And now I'm beginning to think that my idea, well, it probably will be implemented by the time we get off the stream now. Watch this. Like, here it is. I have this stupid idea, and then we're going to have like 400 universities go, hey, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. We can save a lot of money. What do we have all these computer programming nerds around here? We'll give them the scholarships to come here. MIT, like MIT's going to win the national championship in like 3 years. I don't even know if they have a football team, but
I don't think they do.
One of those other schools, Harvard or something fancy like Memphis State. One of those things will have this stuff figured out. And I mean, robot football. Squad Bob figured it out. What I was saying, it's
Yes.
Robot football is the future.
Yes.
And it's a
What's that old game from like the 70s, 80s, the electric football?
Oh, dude, it pops up like every Christmas.
Yes.
It's on the end caps, like at Target, where it's just the red lines.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that one, the little handheld computer game, but there used to be an old game where you have like little players on a little field, and then you turn it on, the whole damn thing shakes. And the players kind of move across this little metal board or whatever.
Oh man, my mom never.
You gotta look it up. You gotta look it up.
My mom never found that in a garage sale.
Ha! She wasn't looking hard enough.
That's where I got all my toys. Oh yeah, White Rabbit. I just say this. Yeah, there's so many dudes that sit there and they're like Forrest Gump. They can sit there and just watch the game and tell you every play that's going to be called, what's going to happen, where the ball's going to be thrown before the ball ever gets snapped. And Rabbit's dad is like that. I sat next to a guy one time. He was like that. I started hearing him mumbling. Oh, it's not Forrest Gump. What's that guy, that mumble guy?
Which one?
Dennis Hoffman.
Oh, Dennis Hopper.
No, what was that movie with him and Tom Cruise?
No. Oh, Rain Man.
Rain Man. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this guy was talking like Rain Man. I look over at him, and I'm like, what the heck is this going on? Is this guy having a seizure or something? No, he's calling every play what's going to happen before it happens.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, dude, we need to get him a coaching gig. And so, like, me, I hit him on the shoulder. I'm like, dude, man, like, listen to you, man. You're nailing this. I was like, they need to hire you something. And the guy is like, he wanted his stapler back. And I'm like, all right, dude. Like, try to help people. Yeah, Rain Man, Dennis Hoffman. Hoffman. Rain Man. Thank you, guys. Anyway, let's see. What's the... all right, so NCAA violations over with. What do you think? What's the early outlook on the season? No predictions on games. I hate when people go, I think Tennessee's going to be a 10-2 year. I've heard 10-2 year my entire life.
Yeah,
my entire life. We are going to be, every Vol fan, you guys, I will break every Vol fan's heart because I am a realist when it comes to this, and I'm so tired of hearing that, we're going to be a 10-2 team. Every year of my life, I've heard that.
I know. So, it's all the people that call into your main network programs that say, well, I think they could do really good. I think they go 10-2. I don't listen to those people. I listen to the people that are actually 0-12. No, not quite.
Yeah, well, I mean, we should have beat, was it Penn State last year? Not Penn State, Pitt State. Pitt. Yeah.
Well, we got to go up there this year.
Oh, geez, they'll get lost. Bus will never make it. Guys, if you ever seen the movie Major League, and the groundskeepers, they're like, they're Japanese. They're like, oh, they're shitty. Yeah,
that's shitty again.
Yes, they're still shitty. That is me all year long, man. I am the biggest downer about football because I'm sitting there going, stop blowing smoke up bad things. Do better. We won. Do better.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever actually sat there for a full football game?
I sit there for every football game.
No, no, no. I mean for the entire football game. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I've
If we
never
if
left.
we're winning, you leave early. If we're
No, I
losing,
don't.
you leave early.
I never leave early.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I've been with you.
I don't know why we left early. I left early because you took me out of there.
No,
But no.
no. Fake
No.
news.
No, ask Rabbit. Dude, do you think she would let me leave early?
You've done it so many times.
Not with her, man. I mean, you're talking about like college doing it. Like, there's a reason why I'm leaving then. It's like it's cold and it's raining. And, you know, there are chicks that are wet and they need to get into like the dry indoors.
Well, plus that was back before they sold alcohol in the stadium too. So we had to,
Yeah.
go refuel.
But yeah, no, man, I sit there the whole game. Yeah, I'm there more than anybody else is. We sit there till the Tennessee Waltz, man.
Well, that's the way you got to do it.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's how you really suffer. If you're gonna suffer, we like to suffer immensely, like just really, as bad as we can.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
So, oh yeah. So Rabbit said, "This is really hot." I don't think we've ever left for heat. Oh yeah, we did.
Unless it's really hot, cold, or rain.
No, dude, I've
You
gotta-
just described like 75% of the schedule.
Well, no, like when we're talking about really hot, like it was a Georgia game, and people start passing out all around, and she had to leave. I got her to the what's that place called? The convention center,
Yeah.
and luckily the doors were open. Usually that place is locked up, and it's like you open the doors, and it just had the coldest air conditioning blowing, and she walked in. And we're like, they have benches, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's convention center. They have like, benches to sit on. She just fell down. Well, she didn't fall down, but she just laid down on the floor. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've got a great picture of her sprawled out on the floor. She's like, I can't move.
Oh yeah, man.
And then we left once because it was cold, and yours truly was not wearing pants. So that sucked.
Even in the cold, you won't wear pants.
Oh, it sucked so bad. Oh, it sucked. I was so cold. So I was like, I gotta go. I'm gonna be sick. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at
What?
this. So that would be the guys picking up cups after the game. We knew a guy who did that, and then he got arrested.
No, I did that as a kid, but not, when I got older, I was like, why do we have all these damn cups around the house?
Yeah, I know. And it's like you feel bad. It's like I need to throw all these things away, but I don't
Right.
want. But it's like it's bad luck if you do.
Right.
The Tennessee Trash used to pick up the cups.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a second.
Yeah, or no, was it the cups? Or no, ticket stubs at basketball games. Do you remember that?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you bring in your basketball ticket.
Oh,
You got like a free candy bar at one of the gas stations around there, and so he picked up all these tickets, and he went up to the counter with boxes, like like candy bars, like a full size Hershey bar.
Yeah.
Well, they were like full boxes, like they put like 3 out on the shelf, right?
Right.
So he had like 3 of them, and he handed them his tickets. And he looked at him and he said, "No." And he said, "You have to. It's on the ticket." And then, of course, the police are standing in there. It was Rocky Top Market.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the police are in there, and they're like, "Dude, man, like you're causing a scene." He goes, like, "Damn right, I'm causing a scene. I want my chocolate bars." I mean, you're laughing because that sounded like him, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. That was pretty spot on.
He's like, "No, you put on this ticket. I have this ticket. It says I get a chocolate bar. I want." And they were like, "Well, you get one." He said, "No, it does not say that on the back of this ticket. It says each ticket holder is, allowed a candy bar or whatever." So anyway, while they figured out what was going on, they put him in handcuffs.
Of course.
Yes, he was. Guys, there's nothing like life. What do you think? So what's happening? I don't know anything about the recruiting. I'm woefully. Here's the thing. a couple years ago, I got into it pretty big.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, let's see, I want to be as excited as everybody else gets going into football season. And I started looking at stuff, and I was like the Japanese gardeners in Major League.
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
they're
oh
shitty
no,
again.
yeah, no. And I'm listening to everybody go, oh yeah, it's gonna be a 10-2 year. And I'm looking at there going, what's it gonna be 10-2? There's no players here. I'm like, just look at them. They can't even pop the zits on their face. So, have you heard anything? What are we excited about this year?
All right.
Are we gonna be a passing team, a running team?
Well, it's a one thing about the new head coach we have, Josh Heupel.
I didn't even know his name. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how.
Well,
Because I'm out of it.
I'll tell you about Heupel. He was runner-up for the Heisman at Oklahoma. He won a national championship at Oklahoma. So he's got a pretty good background. Plus, he's had successful stints at other schools. But he has a very fast-paced offense. I mean, it's like go, 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 go. And the best part is he's bringing back his quarterback from last year. All right, so second year in the system, he's going to be a lot more used to it. They've got decent wide receivers. They've got decent running backs. They've lost a lot on the offensive line, so I'm a little concerned about that. My main concern is the defense because we've lost quite a few players on defense, especially on the line and in the secondary. So as fast-paced as this offense goes, a lot of times your defense doesn't have time to rest and they get wore out. So we got to score a lot of points. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. And I saw that last year. It's funny how you have to have a. I don't think there is. Well, hold on. I'm going to ask you. You are the expert on this stuff.
I guess.
Is there a defense that's set up for a fast offense?
Well, here's the thing. If you can get in there and get a couple quick turnovers and you're scoring every time you get the ball, that's going to put a lot more pressure on their offense. So that's what helps out your defense. And then you could start pressuring them more. But if you get in a situation where you're just going back and forth, that defense is going to wear out, man.
Yeah. Being able to read time is a big bonus, big plus for a coach.
Yeah, on the football field, it is real.
Yeah, time is real on there. Well, it's football time. It's football
Right.
time. Football time tells you that an hour lasts 5 hours.
Oh yeah, it's
60 minutes is 5 hours long.
Oh yeah, it's 15 minutes in a game is an hour easy. I mean, every game is at least 4 hours, especially with commercial breaks.
I'm surprised that they haven't been cracking down that. Like baseball, they want to speed that up. I'm surprised they're not that same way with football, so you get more games in.
I swear it's the only damn sport, college football in particular, is the only damn sport that it's like they find a way to extend time. Most games are over in a couple hours, 3 hours at the most. College football is the only game that takes 4 hours at least.
Yeah, that's what kills me. And being there is the only thing that can keep my attention. It's I mean, I can't just sit there. It's 4 hours and you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm itching. My butt's numb. It's like doing a live stream.
Yeah, it's about like doing Friday Night Live about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's 2 o'clock right now. So you think with Heupel, we got the fast offense, and we're going to have to work on our defense. All right, so next Friday, what are we going to talk about?
Oh, my goodness.
We got to figure out something.
Oh, something will come up between now and then. Believe me, I keep my ear to the ground.
How are we going to do this during the season? Because, it has to be early on Friday.
Yeah, we Thursday is difficult because we have ladies' night, of course.
Yeah.
Friday we have Friday Night Live.
Yeah.
And so it's just gonna have to be Friday afternoons for now.
Now, do we do a Sunday or a Monday?
We
game,
could.
an after game. So like
Yeah.
we'll do like you want to do a Friday each Friday going up to football season,
Yeah.
and then we'll do a post game.
Shaney
What?
said, "When did I get a wrench?"
You just now found it. It's amazing what happens when you stop and look around, isn't it? Isn't it awesome?
Oh my goodness! But yeah, I think that sounds good. We can do this on Friday afternoons leading up to it, and then start hitting up Sunday afternoon to kind of do a little post mortem.
Oh yeah, Sunday afternoon would be. I'll tell you what, and that would be the hard one because like Sunday, like we're talking about, like it's gonna be like 7 o'clock at night because when you have a game on Saturday, I mean, man, you're exhausted that
Depending
next
on
day.
when it is, it's like, a lot of people say, oh, I prefer the afternoon game. Actually, I don't mind the morning games because
Oh,
then, well, I mean, you're traveling in. I'm a lot closer, but
it's a long road from the undisclosed location
it's
underneath Rocky Top.
right. If it's morning or if a noon game here,
Oh,
then I can go and hit it and then come back home and then watch football for the rest of the day. The night game is probably the worst because you're waiting around, you're watching some stuff, and then it's like, okay, well, I've got to go to be able to tailgate, and then the game starts at 7:30, and then hell, you're not home till like 1 o'clock.
yeah. Do you think they'll ever fix the Wi-Fi?
God, I hope so. It's as much stuff as they're doing to that stadium. I hope one of the things they're putting in is little cell phone towers.
Yeah, if they don't fix, so in Neyland Stadium is the only place in the world where you cannot get cell phone coverage. So for me, I'm one of those people where like when first I was like, no, I want to be watching the game. That's kind of cool. I can't get it. But now with new things like Twitter, I love having that coverage. And that was nice when we suck as a team and there aren't many people there. You can get coverage.
Right.
And you're spread out. You can like that Texas game, man. That was like you had the best cell coverage you ever had.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you're like Twitter, man. You get your who is it? There's is it Rocky Top Sports or something like that? They do a Twitter deal,
Yeah,
where they do play by play.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them that'll do that. And I was the same way because I was really hardcore into. I don't need my phone for this. I want to sit here and watch the game and enjoy it. And then I pick it up every once in a while and just kind of look and see what everybody's saying. And finally I'm at the point to where I'm like, I got my damn phone out. If I'm watching at home, I got my phone out. If I'm watching in the stadium, I'll have my phone out. Just looking at Twitter.
Yeah. Well, here's something else that's great. So now you've got TikTok, you've got YouTube Shorts. I like doing those like before a game starts, and and send that out real quick. You get to share that energy with other people. I got the other day like some of the Vol shorts I've done.
Yeah.
Now this is a year ago, right? It was the last one
about a
I
year
put
ago.
up. And I had comments on it the other day. I had people going, "Oh, it looks great! Can't wait for this year." And I'm like, "Holy cow!"
Yeah, I mean it's gets
Cool
close to the
Frog!
season, you get fired up. What's up, Cool Frog? What's up, brother?
Cool Frog, you're not a football fan, are you? I don't
You might be a Vikings fan.
He's a Vikings fan. That's right. And oh look, Squad Bob, he wants his water back from Chattanooga.
No, it's not yours.
Go to Chattanooga and try to get it back from him.
Look. For those that don't know, for years and years, Georgia has claimed that the line is in a different spot to be able to get access to water, and every year they fail. So they just need to stop.
Yes. It's it's a state rivalry. See, so for those of you that don't know, SEC football, if you look at a map, it's basically like the old Confederacy map. And it's still fighting, but like we're just fighting with each other. It's like states, like
Yeah.
like states. Man, state pride is such a thing in the South, And it's like you are all in or you're not. And so it's like you eat up the state history, you eat up the state sports, you eat up the whole thing. I mean, it's just that's just a culture.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
And it's so different here in the South than it is in anywhere else in the country.
yeah, it is. I don't know. I mean, well, in the Northeast, what do they have? They have like spelling bee championships or something. I mean, right? Oh, they have those. No, rowing. Rowing's real big.
Rowing, yes.
Rowing is an AAC sport, or is it ACC? AAC? I don't even know. Atlantic Coast, yeah, ACC. Rowing is an ACC sport at Tennessee. That's not even SEC, so that's a whole different thing there.
Which is funny because they were with a completely different conference like years ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
so
is
crazy.
no SEC. There is no SEC rowing team
Isn't
or
that crazy?
rowing division. Yeah.
Do you know that like the oldest sports club in college is the Tennessee hockey team?
Really?
Yeah, I think if I have my number or what I was told is right. Yeah, if the Tennessee hockey team well, they're a club because they're not a team because of Title IX.
Ah, makes
They have
sense.
women's sports.
Yeah, because you have to have equal number of scholarships for both men and women.
Yep, and so that's the same reason why rugby is not a sanctioned sport. It's a club.
Right.
So yeah, it's weird stuff, isn't it?
Oh man, it's
But I'll tell you what, Tennessee hockey. Oh my gosh, dude! Like, why don't we just become full blown Tennessee hockey fans? And that way we don't even nobody will know if we're disappointed or not. Their jerseys are sick, man. Have you seen them?
yeah, where they got Davy Crockett on the front.
Yeah, I have a hand in that logo.
Oh really?
Have you not figured out what logo that is?
What?
Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay, okay.
So anyway, yeah, but yeah, yours truly is part of that whole thing. So, little facts that you'll never know and doesn't matter. That's what's so great.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so next week,
Next week.
and now we got the violations over with. Unless something happens, it'll be more and more footballish.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I would like to do is have like a show about the cheerleaders. I feel like they're not being represented equally.
Are you going to do another show on the squirrel?
The squirrel's awesome, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Saneed, is that his name?
I forgot.
Yeah, I know. If I could find him real quick, I'd show it. Where'd my thing go? I don't know where my thing is. That is, let me tell you what, that is a big problem for guys.
No, I'll tell you what. After I started streaming, I have never made fun of you for taking long on pulling up stuff on StreamYard ever again.
I appreciate that.
Because I was like, dear Lord, this damn thing's slow.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah. It wasn't a user error. It was technological problems.
Yeah, it's so weird how to get the whole thing. Let's see. I got Sanine. Oh, yes. See here. I'm going to share this page. So for y'all that don't know, Tennessee has a squirrel. A squirrel.
Train squirrel.
Yeah, it's like Rocky, but it's called Sanine. Sanan. All right, is that up? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's got multiple pictures.
There you go. Yeah, so this is the Instagram for Sanine. And there's a theme here. So this is a little squirrel and his little UT gear. You see that? And let's see here. Here he is getting autographs.
Patriotic.
Oh, that's a video.
Oh,
That's a video. I didn't know that. Oh, there's Sanine. Look, there he is. Just sitting there.
he's just sitting there minding his own business on his little park bench.
Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, he's a patriotic squirrel. He likes Andrew Jackson. He's an educated squirrel. Very educated.
Very studious.
He knows Ricky the Steamboat Dragon.
That's right. I remember him coming up here.
Let's see here. He plays Rocky Top over here, but hold on. Where's some of the?
There,
Oh yeah, there he is with his little helmet. See him? He just sits on a little park bench. Sitting on a park bench. And there he is at a game. Or not a game.
it looks like that.
Comic Con.
Comic Con.
Um,
No, I was wondering if that was one of those big orange tailgate things.
maybe. Maybe. There's a theme here of what he's doing. Sanina is a ladies squirrel. Okay?
Hey, he gets the chicks.
He does. He does. Let's see here. I want to find the one where he's in Neyland Stadium. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, you showed that the other night.
Yeah, that's a classic. Let's see. Oh, yep, he's getting the girls. I mean, you can't be Sanine without the women. Oh, here he is. This is the
Yes.
Tennessee Squirrel inside Neyland Stadium. Yeah, rodents are inside the stadium.
He's got his helmet, and his jersey, and everything, man. He's good to go.
Yeah, it's what we do. This is Rocky Top. So anyway, guys, hey, listen, appreciate you guys coming here. I go back over and I look at the chat and I'm like, squash. Do you see that? I see squash.
Yeah, they started talking about other sports, and somehow the food squash got involved.
Yeah, cake or death.
Because
field
Shaney
hockey.
likes squash.
Yeah, I'm completely confused. This is why I love that this chat. It becomes self aware.
Hey, Divinity.
Divinity, how you doing? You just missed Cool Frog. Anyway, VolStorm, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Stick around after this. We'll figure out what's going on next week.
Sounds good.
And I need to find a good exit for Vol football. And,
we'll find one.
All I know is a good, well, let the Irish.
Really gone. For real.